Hey folks, welcome to another episode of Doing It Cheap. Okay, now what we got here is we've got onion, we got celery, we got boiled egg, okay? And there's a little over a cup of each of it. This right here is my cornbread, and this is what's left of the second batch. So you see I almost used two whole pans, and probably still could if I want to. But basically all I did is just crumble it up in my hands. That's we don't use white bread, you know, just regular loaf bread, because it gets kind of gummy. But your cornbread just has that nice texture, and that's what we're after. So it's just a matter of mixing this together. Now this is my chicken broth. I was able to get 5 quarts of chicken broth out of that one big pot where I boiled those leg quarters. So I've got my chicken still sitting in the refrigerator where I deboned it and just got the meat out. But because it's set in the refrigerator, as you can see, that fat solidified at the top. And it's a little hard to tell, but that's gelatinous. It's like gelatin in there. And I'm going to take the lid off, and I'm going to set this in the microwave and let this warm up a little bit so that this will mix in real good, okay? So I'm going to get my chicken out of the refrigerator. I'm going to pop that in the microwave, going to get that warmed up, and then we're going to mix this all together, pour it back in this pan, and it's going to go in the oven at 450 degrees for about 25 minutes, because all I need to do is brown the top, because everything is already cooked except the onions and the celery, and we're just heating it up to make it have that little bit of a crunch. So, oh, and I got to put my sage in it, and my black pepper and my salt. But let me get this broth warmed up and get the chicken out, and we'll be back in just a minute. Well, we've come full circle from when we started. If you remember, I started with this pot right here boiling 10 pounds of leg quarters. Now I got me a good 2 quarts of meat here, and I probably had about that much more, but it was real fine and mixed in with little tiny little pieces of skin and stuff. I'll let the dogs have it. They gotta have a treat too. Anyway, for $5.90, I've got that much chicken right there, boneless. Plus the dogs got to eat a whole mess, so they're happy. Anyway, I've run a knife through it and got it, chopped up fairly small. So we got our chicken in a pot. Oh, I went ahead and crumbled up the rest of that cornbread, so I've got about 1 3/4 batches of cornbread in here, or ground up. Oh God, it's already smelling good. Get that cornbread in there. Get some broth. Oh yeah. Now that's a quart of broth I put in there, a whole quart. And if it's not enough, I put some more. I got to go get a spoon to stir this up with. Well, I can tell you right now, it ain't moist enough with 1 quart. I'm gonna have to put more than a quart in here. Might have to go 2. See what it looks like. See that? Boy, it's got pretty color and everything, but it's just a little too dry. This type of dressing is supposed to be moist. So, I'm gonna pause the video again. I'm gonna warm up another quart of that broth, and we'll pour it in there. The magic of the video camera, huh? And my quart jar wouldn't fit in the microwave, so I had to pour it off in a bowl. Okay, well I've got about 1.5 quarts of broth in here now, and that's starting to look pretty good. Might take a little bit more. And got to put salt and pepper in there. Salt and pepper is just a matter of your personal preference, your taste, you know, how much, you know, you like to taste. I'm going to overpower it with sage. It's supposed to get a lot of sage, but I still like a little salt and pepper in there to give it a little enhancement. So I've got a pretty good sized pot here, so I'm going to put about that much black pepper in there. And get some salt. And go with about that much salt. But now the sage is probably going to be pretty near half this bottle, because that sage, this dressing is supposed to have a green tint to it. And I mean, even before it's baked, whenever you get this all stirred up, you ought to really smell the sage in it. That's what makes it good. I can't believe how expensive sage is. I was hoping I'd get me a bottle, you know, like this, like these right here. You get at the Dollar Tree or Walmart, has them on sale. I was hoping to be able to get sage in that off-brand, but no. So I'm gonna have to get me some growing, I reckon. Anyway, stirring this up pretty good. It's looking nice. Oh yeah. Need a little more sage. Like I said, it takes quite a bit, because when you bite into it, we want you to taste it. And everybody's different. This is my grandmother's recipe. Like I said, this recipe is over 100-year-old. You may adjust the spices to your liking, but I'm just showing you what I was brought up on. A little more sage. I hope y'all will try this. This is really good. It's real simple. It's chicken broth. It's crumbled up cornbread. It's some onions, celery, and boiled eggs. Salt, pepper, and sage. It's been a staple in my family for generations. A little more. And folks, I'm putting quite a bit in there every time I do this. That's the 4th time I've given it a dose. I have put half that bottle in here. But now I've got that much in there. So we probably got 2 gallons. Well, maybe not 2 gallons, but by God, we got a bunch in there. What I'm checking is I should smell the sage even when it's raw. My goodness. Maybe there's a difference in rubbed sage and that other sage you buy, because this bottle, McCormick, was $3.99 at Walmart, and they had a little old bitty bottle of sage. Whole thing was half that big, and it was the same price. So I don't know what the difference is. Maybe somebody out there could tell us. Leave us a comment. I think it was ground sage maybe, and this is rubbed. That's tasting good. Like I said, everything in there is cooked except the onion and celery, so you could eat it like it is. Well, I put it all in there except maybe a tablespoon. Like mixing concrete is wearing me out. It's going to take both quarts. Whew. Took a half a gallon of broth. Yeah, she's wet. Now this goes, like I said, this will go in the oven at 450 degrees, uncovered. And basically we just cook it till the top browns. So you just get the slightest little bit of a crust on top. And then it should be ready, because you just want it hot. Oh yeah. I got it now. Hell yeah. Oh, I miss my grandmother. God, she was the best cook. Ooh, I bet I got twice that much still in there. Alright, well, I'm going to pop that in the oven at 450 degrees. I'm going to start for 20 minutes and then we'll look at it, and if I need to go longer I will. We'll be back. Whew. Well, I finally got that dressing baked. Oh my God, and it was good too. Oh my goodness, it's good. I hope you'll try this. This was, like I said, this way my grandma made it. And the proper temperature to bake it at is 400, not 450. But I started browning the outside a little bit. Oop, can't see that. I was browning the outside edge here a little bit and the bottom because I had it up on 450. It should have been 400. And whenever I went to boil them eggs, I'd grabbed a couple of them out of that water because I didn't know exactly how much cornbread I was going to have to make. So I'm sitting here with 2 eggs. One of them is boiled, one of them is not boiled. And I just thought I'd show you this trick, how to tell the difference between a boiled egg and one that's not boiled. A boiled egg is solid, but you can't shake it and hear it, but you can spin it. And it's spin all day. But a raw egg is not solid, it won't spin. See there? So that's just a little trick. Well, that's making chicken and dressing. Chicken and dressing and seasoning skillets and how to tell a raw egg from a boiled egg, and oh my goodness, just all kinds of stuff. I really appreciate you sticking through it all. I really enjoyed making this dressing for you. I hadn't done it in a few years, and because we don't have any children here in our home. They're all grown and they're all married. We go to my daughter's on Christmas Eve, and we have a brunch on Christmas Eve morning, and we all do our thing, and then my kids have the freedom to go be with their spouses' families. So that's what we do. And then I spend Noche Buena with some very good Mexican friends of ours. They've been gracious enough to invite us to their home for years. So on Christmas Eve, we actually do it Mexican style, so it's a lot of fun. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. I really appreciate it. Please, if you're not a subscriber, I hope you will consider subscribing. Don't forget, everybody, don't forget to register for that t-shirt I'm giving away. It's on another video. And I can't wait to get my grandson Camden more involved. I'm really excited of what's going on now. And we've got 377 subscribers. trying to get that 500 so we can give away that t-shirt. I don't know what else to say. I don't want to wear y'all out. So Merry Christmas to you. This has been a dish that we've had every Thanksgiving and Christmas, all when I was growing up, and I hope maybe it'll become a tradition for y'all. But Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. For you people out there in the UK, Happy Boxing Day. If I got any Jewish subscribers, and I don't know if I do or not, Happy Hanukkah. I don't even know what Hanukkah is. I'm sorry, I'm just a redneck from the South. And anyway, have a wonderful day and a better tomorrow. Bye.